Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. It's been some time since I covered Optavia. I try to really space my Optavia coverage out because if you're not new here, then you know that I get very angry when it comes to Optavia. They trigger me in a lot of ways. So I do have two videos that we're reacting to. They are different coaches within Optavia. One is giving us her weight loss story, and the other is telling us how we should go about choosing an Optavia coach.
Oh, brother.
That one I'm very interested to see because the Optavia coaches are not required to have any kind of nutrition training or personal trainer certification, nothing of that nature. So I can't wait to hear what her tips are. And we're gonna get right the fuck into it. But first, we need the disclaimer. Now, I wanted to give a quick little intro to Optavia if you're not familiar with the company. Optavia is an MLM, multi-level marketing company, network marketing company. Some would refer to them as a pyramid scheme because of their recruitment-based model. And their product of choice is a diet program and nutrition coaching from people who are not even qualified nutrition coaches, but that's beside the point. Now, the first video we're going to be reacting to is, like I said, an Optavia coach, and it is all about her weight loss story and which Optavia program is right for you. So since she lost weight on Optavia, she is now automatically qualified to help you choose the right program. Sounds legit. Anyway, it's a short video. It's about 10 minutes long. Let's get into it.
Hey YouTube, welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Abby. I am a busy mom of 6 and a health coach, and today I'm here to talk to you about my health journey, my weight loss story, as well as tell you what all Optavia has to offer for you because we have so many plans and programs. I know that one of them will work for you in your life the same way that it has worked for me.
What long eyelashes you have.
Can we normalize real lashes? I'm so over this. Whenever I see crooked lashes, a lash like flailing in the breeze, what are we doing anymore? We know that we are not naturally having tarantulas come out of our eyelids. So why are we trying to make it look that way? It had to be said, okay?
Welcome back to my channel. If you've been around a while, you know that I've been sharing kind of all over the place lately with all the different passion points in my life. So my channel is taking a little turn towards some different stuff too. But I am a health coach, and this is what my channel was built on originally, and I am here to stay in that way. I'd love to impact your life the way that mine has been impacted with this amazing program that I coach for. So I'm just gonna try to tell you like a 2-minute version of mine and my husband's story, and then if you want to skip that, you can. And then I'm going to talk to you about the different plans and programs for Optavia, in case you're new here and you're kind of wondering what it's all about. So back in 2020, COVID, right? Everyone remembers that. It was a rough year. We were separated from family and friends, and we were in a job that we didn't love and a town we just really weren't connected with. And we packed on the weight, okay? All of our marriage and motherhood, parenthood up until that point, we were like meat and potatoes kind of people. We didn't watch what we ate. We were both college athletes, so we'd gotten away with that for years. And then we like turned 25, 28, and yeah, the wheels fell off the bus with our health.
Oh, you just wait and see.
I'm sorry, 25, 28. Give it 10 years. And then I'm sure 10 more. I wish I was still 25. Please, take me back.
And we were both found ourselves 65, 75 pounds overweight and miserable. And my mother-in-law actually was who originally got us into Optavia, much to my reluctance. But my husband and I each in 2021, January, started program, and insert weight loss disclaimer here, down below in the comments, but we both lost 65 pounds, him in 4 months, me in 5 months, and the transformation was really astonishing.
65 pounds in 5 months? That's what she said, right? That's over 3 pounds a week. That is not a sustainable way to lose weight. When you're losing weight in a sustainable way, you want to make sure it's roughly 1 to 1.5 pounds. If we're talking about somebody who is very, very overweight, like 700 pounds, something like that. They're going to lose weight at a faster rate. But looking at this individual, I don't think that was the case. So 3 pounds a week average is not a healthy or sustainable way to lose weight. So keep that in mind. Just because you're losing weight quickly doesn't mean it's good.
And it wasn't just vanity, right? We were feeling amazing. We were sleeping better. We were showing up better in our marriage. We were showing up better as parents. And it really changed our lives. We like to say that Optavia is a self-development program with a side of weight loss. And it is true. That is what it is for us. And it has been. And ever since we made that change, we've been propelled forward in other areas of our life to just search for more and search for how we could have the biggest impact and how we could be the best version of ourselves. And we just thank God every day that He brought Optavia into our life because it's truly changed everything for us. Insert income disclaimer statement here. I was a high school teacher for 12 years. My husband took a head football coaching job in a small town in Texas. And at the time we had 6 kids. We had 4 bio and adopted and 2 foster children. And I just told him like, hey babe, I can't spend all day in the classroom. Like we have so many things going on at home with our kids. So Optavia coaching has allowed me to come home and be a stay-at-home mama. And that is where I feel God has called me so strongly to be. And that is where I find myself today. I am a mama to 6, 3 biological, 2 adopted, 1 foster, and I get to support my husband in that support role while he is no longer a head coach in our current school. He is the offensive coordinator and still spends many, many hours a week on football.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in most states, at least, you do get a stipend for fostering, correct? And I'm not saying that a stipend from fostering children is a way for you to leave your traditional job. But what I am saying is that when you're sitting here telling people that you were able to leave your traditional job and be a stay-at-home mom and raise your children and adopt children and have a foster child, you are leaving out the part that you are getting a stipend, most likely to foster a child, which is also helpful. Right? Because most people who join an MLM actually lose money. That is what these statistics show. So you shouldn't be on here claiming that people can join Optavia as a coach and leave their traditional job and be a stay-at-home mom. That's going to go very differently for them.
So that's kind of our story in a snippet. And then I should add like the caveat to the story. This last year, life has lifed hard. If you haven't seen the video I put out a few days ago, basically within the past year, we adopted a baby who I induced lactation to nurse. I had major back surgery. I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I had major thyroidectomy. And now I've been dealing with the fallout from hormones and all the things that happen when you pull your thyroid out of your body, which definitely needed to happen. But I have put some weight back on and I am 35 pounds above where I am comfortable being. And so I'm on this journey with you guys. And I've helped, I think, over 700 people at this point lose weight, feel great, and find themselves again. And I want to continue to do that because I really have a passion for it. So that was 4 minutes, but that was pretty short for like me.
Like Charlie.
I like to talk in case you can't tell. So let's talk about Optavia and what we have to offer, because back in 2021 when we started, it was pretty much a one-size-fits-all program. The classic Optavia 5-in-1 is what my husband and I each did, and we were both very successful on it. Optavia 5-in-1 still has my heart. I love that program. And if I'm ever wanting to lose weight, that's probably where you're going to find me. That's my comfort place. So basically what that program looks like is you eat 6 times a day. 5 of those times you're going to eat in the food that Optavia sends you in your box. Everything from bars, shakes, brownies, cookies, crunchers. We have so many things. I like the same foods over and over and over again. So I'm a iced coffee kind of girl with my protein shake, a mint cookie crisp bar, maybe some chicken noodle soup for lunch, another mint cookie crisp bar, and a brownie before bed. It's kind of where I roll.
If you've never seen Optavia or their packaging or their fuelings, they are very similar to things like the Atkins diet or Slim Fast. If you're doing Nutrisystem, things like that, very similar. Very processed foods that probably aren't great for you. Probably, definitely, absolutely better off just doing a whole food type diet and sticking to fruits, vegetables, proteins, things like that. Of course, that's just coming from a certified nutrition nutrition coach as well as a certified personal trainer, but what do I know?
And if you've been around at all on my channel, you've seen I share lots and lots of lean and green recipes. Tonight, we are making chicken Caesar salad wraps, and I'm so excited about that because who needs takeout before a football game, right? My kids probably still will eat takeout, but I'm making chicken Caesar salad wrap for me for the game. So I share tons of recipes, lean and green lifestyle, and I just love that Optavia comes alongside of you, holds your hand, tells you what to eat without you having to think about it, and then you still learn the skill of cooking and preparing food for as you transition off the fuelings and go into a regular whole foods diet once you reach your goal weight. Nowadays, we have what's called the Optavia Active program, where we also add in our whey protein and our amino acids. Those are great if you want to incorporate working out. My husband and I each lost our weight without working out, and then once we lost the weight and felt great, we went back to the gym, and the whey protein and aminos have been a perfect way to supplement that. But I will say my husband trained for a half marathon while he was when he had just finished losing the weight. And
whenever you hear somebody claim that they lost weight without working out, be very apprehensive. You should, first of all, always be moving your body in some way, shape, or form if you are an able-bodied person. So someone saying that they were able to lose a bunch of weight without any exercise is a red flag, because that would insinuate, in my opinion, that they're likely losing some weight that is muscle. They are not just losing fat, they're losing a lot of muscle because they're likely not eating enough for even the regular daily amount of movement. So just be weary of that claim, please and thank you.
That would have been so helpful to have. So if you have big goals in the gym or big goals running or whatever, you want to be active, the Optavia 5-in-1 active protein with active plan with the added protein and aminos is a great choice for you. You might be a senior over 65 or someone that is more active. Maybe you're a fitness class instructor, something like that, and you're looking to tone down and lean up, but you still need those extra calories. We have the 4 and 2 active program, which basically means you're going to eat 4 fuelings from Optavia and 2 of your lean and green meals, lunch and dinner. That's also a great option, I feel like, sometimes for people on the weekends or if they're traveling and they still want to eat socially with their friends and family. Lunch and dinner, 4 fuelings. It's amazing. One thing that Optavia has gotten into in the last, I would say, year or so is the GLP-1 program. So many people are successfully using Ozempic, semaglutides, Mounjaro, whatever those are, to lose the weight. But if you do it without a nutrition program, gain it right back. I've seen it happen so many times. So Optavia is coming alongside of people and supporting them in their GLP-1 journey with the nutrition side of things.
Yikes. Major yikes. Big yikes. Why overcomplicate it? I won't hide it. I lost my weight with the help of semaglutide under the supervision of a physician, and I don't really care if that offends people. I did what I had to do to get my body healthy. So anyway, you definitely, certainly, without a doubt, do not want to eat a highly processed diet when you are on a semaglutide prescription medication.
Hurts my tummy.
0 out of 10. I would not recommend. Okay. Your best bet is to eat a whole food diet, like I said earlier in the video. So we're talking like lean meats or eggs or tofu if you are vegetarian, fruits, veggies, whole grains, real food that is minimally processed and has the nutrients you need. That is ideal for what you are going to want to eat just in life. That's your best bet. But especially when you're trying to lose weight and doing it with the help of a medication like semaglutide, it's going to make sure that you're not going to be nauseous, you're not going to have a headache, you're not going to be tired. All of those things will happen when you're taking semaglutide and not eating a nutrient-rich diet. I am speaking from experience. I learned my lesson probably the first couple of weeks. I was like, oh, okay, I do need to make sure that I'm eating a good diet while I'm on this medication. And you do feel better. You don't feel the side effects, at least I didn't, when you're eating a more whole foods, less processed diet. All of that to say, I cannot understand why they would pair an Optavia diet plan with taking semaglutide. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't seem like it would be in anybody's best interest if you want to have a successful experience with a semaglutide medication.
If you don't already have a doctor giving you GLP-1s, prescribing them, we have a partnership with LifeMD and does it all online. So if you're considering semaglutide, Ozempic, any of those things for your weight loss, we have a program designated just for you. You eat fewer times a day, higher protein, and we just teach you the same healthy habits that Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson came out with, which is just the best part about the program. It's not just the food, it's not just the diet. We teach you the lifestyle change, and his Habits of Health transformational system does just that. I should also mention the other amazing thing about Optavia is that you get your own personal nutrition coach. In this case, if you're watching this video and don't have a coach, hey, I'm Abby. I'd love to be your coach.
Hey, I lost weight on Optavia, so I'm automatically qualified.
What are we doing?
Like I said, have helped hundreds of people lose weight and feel great, and I want to do the same for you. If you already have a coach, you're still welcome. We're glad you're here, and I'm happy to come alongside and support you in any way possible. But leaning into your health coach truly makes all the difference. On program, you have someone in your corner, rooting you on, holding you accountable. I know if I weren't a health coach, I would not still have my weight off. I can tell you that, because this just motivates me to be better. We also, in case you're not willing, most of our programs come in 30-day packs, but Optavia is running a special right now through the end of October as we head into the holiday season. If you just want to dip your toes in and see and do a 10-day challenge, we have a pack for you at a price point that is really a great one for most people. But even still, all of our programs are like $13 or less a day. And I don't know if you've seen the economy lately, people, but y'all are spending that on your food anyways. So there are so many different options with Optavia. If you've been a client of mine or a client of someone else in the past and you're like, hey, I didn't know Optavia offered all these new things, reach out. I'd love to share more. We just have, Optavia is on the front line, the cutting edge of nutrition technology.
We told you that.
In the US and the world. And our mission is to get as many people healthy as possible. Because as you know, as we age, as I've discovered with my own health, you've got to be in the best physical shape to be able to fight the diseases and all of the things that come your way. So let's be proactive. Let's be on the front side of things and preventative and taking care of our health now. If you want to chat about any of this, I'd love to chat with you. You can reach out. My email is witfamilyfit@gmail.com. You can find me over on Facebook, Instagram. Just wanted to check in and say, hey, I'm here. I'm a health coach and I'm all for it.
That was weird. I don't know what anyone really would have gotten from that other than she lost weight and now she thinks she can help you lose weight with this absolutely ridiculous, toxic diet plan. But that's not the case because you're not a qualified health professional in any way, shape, or form that I can see. So this next video is another Optavia coach, and she is telling us how to find an Optavia coach and how to get started on the 5-in-1 plan. Again, not like a registered dietitian or anything of that nature, but here we are.
I'm an independent certified Optavia health coach. I've lost about 50 pounds on my own Optavia health journey, and I have been documenting all of my health journey all along the way here on my YouTube channel.
Okay, let's talk about the certified Optavia coaching program really quickly. I did fully cover it in my Optavia deep dive. I'll link it below in case you didn't see that video, but I do go over that briefly. And what I found in my research is that it's a little bit of BS. It's not coming from an accredited program or anything like that. So just because they call themselves a certified Optavia coach doesn't mean that they are any more qualified than a regular Optavia coach. Just so you are aware, because they do make that look like it's some kind of leg up. It's really just the same thing, in my opinion, of course.
Since then, I've really ramped up content, just sharing all of my healthy tips and tricks to rock your Optavia plan if you're currently looking into it, or you're trying to figure out if this is the right thing for you, or if you're currently on your own Optavia plan. I'm sharing all of my tips to make sure you're maximizing your results. So if you're looking for that kind of content, you made it to the right place. Welcome to another episode of my Schlee's Healthy Tips series. Now, just to put a little disclaimer disclaimer here just to make sure you know I am an independent certified Optavia health coach, so any and all content that you're going to find here on my channel as well as in this video are opinions of my own. Please be sure to connect with your own health coach and or doctor to make sure you're getting the right advice for you and your health journey. But we're going to be kicking into a topic today that I personally have gotten a few questions over just this last week in the DMs on Instagram and a few messages on Facebook, just trying to figure out exactly how to go about this process. And we're going to be going into, I want to start Optavia, how do I find a health coach? So this is really important for your journey because as an Optavia client, you are partnered with a health coach the entire time. No matter what plan you choose to do, no matter what your health journey looks like, you are partnered with an Optavia health coach just to have a little guide along the way. Your Optavia health coach is certainly not the expert.
Well, that clears that up.
Obviously, Optavia has tons of resources, and Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, who designed Optavia, is the one who provides a lot of the teachings along the way, but you do want to have a little bit of a guide for some of that extra support along the way, just to have a couple of questions answered.
Okay, quickly going over Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, also known as Dr. A. I also went over this in my deep dive, but he is not a nutrition or endocrinologist doctor. And if you're not familiar with what all the different specialties are in the medical field, most doctors will refer patients out to registered dietitians when it comes to nutrition plans and diets and things like that, because they are not the qualified professional that is best suited to give that information. So this individual, the doctor that is at the top of Optavia and made the program, is not a registered dietitian. He is a physician. I believe it was... Again, it's in my deep dive. I'll put the clip here of what he is so that we know, because off the top of my head, I just can't remember what it was. But I do know he is not any kind of nutrition professional or fitness professional, I guess we could say.
Now, Dr. A is the founder of this system. And on the Habits of Health website, it says Dr. A is a New York Times bestselling author and the 10th physician in the world to be board certified in critical care. We'll circle back to that. Dr. A enjoyed a successful career in traditional healthcare, which included directing a surgical critical care program and serving as chairman of the Department of Anesthesiology at Grandview Hospital. When he saw that traditional medicine was failing to truly help patients change their lives, he left critical care and co-founded Optavia. People say it all different ways, just like Monat. It's all the same. So he left his critical care to co-found we're just going to go with Optavia, and to develop his groundbreaking system, Dr. A's Habits of Health. Since then, he's helped hundreds of thousands of people change the trajectory of their lives and continues to lead a community of compassionate health advocates who believe that the habits of health can change the world. He is a cardiothoracic anesthesiologist and a critical care medical doctor. Now, I have worked, I want to be careful around what I say because I don't know who's watching my channel. I have worked with a cardiothoracic surgeon who very much before he pushed any kind of surgery would push patients into a vegan green diet. He was not certified in said vegan green diet. He was a board certified cardiothoracic surgeon. Allegedly, I heard there are patients that ended up in the hospital because they very much needed surgery, not a green vegan diet. And now because he didn't have the specific credentials needed to advise patients on a diet and follow their journey on a vegan green diet, these hospitalizations and emergency surgeries could have been avoided. Now, I tell you that because Dr. A is a critical care medical doctor and a cardiothoracic anesthesiologist. And while these physicians need to go through all of the residencies and things like that they need to for their initial training, they are not specialized in diet. In my experience, through working at the hospital in the emergency department and working directly with critical care doctors in the emergency department, they would consult with registered dietitians before they would prescribe any kind of diet. And any kind of diet was very specific to each patient. So for this doctor to come up with this all-encompassing Optavia diet and all-encompassing Optavia product makes my blood boil, because he should know that every single patient has different needs. This is not a one-size-fits-all type of thing.
To make sure that you're choosing the right plan for you and just to make sure that you're getting your best possible results. And that's where an Optavia health coach comes in. I personally absolutely love being an Optavia health coach. I had no idea this was ever going to be a part of my life, but it absolutely has transformed everything that I do, everything that I thought I knew about my health journey, because partnering with other people has really made me more accountable to my own health journey. And that's one of the biggest reasons why coaches are involved. It's almost like AA in a way.
What the f did you just say?
You know how you were assigned a sponsor because you kind of hold each other accountable? That's kind of what a health coach is there for.
Oh my God.
To make sure that you have somebody that you can bounce ideas off of and vice versa, so that you guys can really be partnered in health all along the way. So it's important that you have a health coach, but it's also important that you choose the right one that's best for you. Now, obviously, I'm gonna be a little biased. I personally absolutely love what I do as a health coach. I have my own client community called Revive Tribe, where I, as well as my clients, as well as a lot of my coach partners and their clients, all come together on a regular basis, almost every single day, where we chat about all of the good things, the wins going on our health journey. We talk about questions. We just have a ton of support along the way in our client community group, just to make sure that everybody has everything that they need along the way. But like I said, it is important for you to choose the right person that's best for you. So there's kind of two options to go about this if you're just getting started with Optavia. Like I've mentioned before, I do have another video on my channel talking about finding the right plan for you and your health goals. And in order to do any of those plans, you do have to have an Optavia health coach. You're not actually able to purchase any sort of fuelings or any products from the Optavia website unless you are partnered with a health coach. Now, there's two ways to do that. You can either personally find your own Optavia health coach, which honestly, I would personally recommend just doing your research. You can go online, you can go here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever your preferred social media, and just search Optavia health coach. And the reason why I mention that is because if an Optavia health coach is in compliance with the company, they are required to include independent Optavia health coach in their bio of their social media profile. That's just something they have to have there in order to be compliant with the company. So if you go to social media and you just search Optavia health coach, you're probably gonna find a bunch of them there. And you'll be able to see their content, you'll be able to see what you resonate with, you'll be able to kind of see like what is gonna be the best fit for you and the person that you want to personally work with. You can reach out with questions, you can just kind of find your best fit. And
one of the best ways to find your health coach to help you get healthy and lose weight is to just look up on Instagram or Facebook, independent Optavia coach. Not looking at credentials or certifications or schooling or background in any way. Just look for Optavia coaches. That's your best bet. Come on now, we're not serious, are we?
There's no way in hell.
And then when it comes time for you wanting to move forward, you can reach out to them personally and they will ask you a couple questions just to figure out the right plan that's best for you, help you order your first kit and make sure that you're getting on the right path to success. Or you can also just go to the Optavia website, literally just optavia.com, and on that page, when you start going through the process of maybe choosing one of the Optavia kits or choosing one of the Optavia plans, at some point throughout the process, especially if you try to start making a login on the website, Optavia is going to prompt you to connect with a health coach. And basically what you can do there is you can either put in the name of the person that you might have already found. Maybe you found them on social media, maybe there's somebody that you know in your community, whatever it is, you can put in the name there. Or there's a section on the other side of the website that says connect me with a coach, where Optavia will literally just randomly select a coach and they'll randomly place you with them on their account so that you'll be ordering from that random health coach. And typically, if you are placed with that random health coach, they are going to be reaching out to you just to see if there's anything that you need, make sure that you have the right plan, help you get your best possible results. But it's totally up to you if you want to personally select your own health coach, or you can just be randomly placed with one that Optavia has chosen that's best for you.
Best for you. It's basically just like what I'm picturing is the Price is Right wheel. They're just spinning it, and whoever it lands on, that's who you're getting.
Now, they're going to be choosing their randomly selected health coaches based off of certain parameters of experience, based off of qualifications on certain coaching training modules, things like that. They are going to be qualified health coaches that come to work with you if you choose a random. But I personally believe if you know yourself and you know that you want to have the best possible results on your health journey, I highly recommend doing your research and reaching out to a coach that you think is going to be best for you. So like I said, I'm a little biased. I would absolutely love to have you come join our Revive Tribe. And if that were the case, all you have to do is in that box, you can put in my name or any of the coaches that I currently work with. I can obviously help you with that as well. If you're looking for the best fit, feel free to email. I can help you find the best person that's best for you. But really, that's as simple as it is. And as soon as you have that health coach chosen, that's when you're going to be able to order your first kit. Now, like I said, your coach is going to ask a couple of questions, figure out what your health goals are, figure out what you want to accomplish. But 9 times out of 10, if you're here for weight loss, you're specifically looking to lose more than 15 pounds, your coach is most most likely going to recommend that Optavia 5-in-1 kit just to get started. It's going to be a month's supply of you on a 5-in-1 program and you getting your best possible results. Your coach will be checking in with you just to make sure that you are indeed in fat burn, like we talked about in my last video.
How do they determine if you're in fat burn? Like, are they doing any kind of blood drawing? You're just asking them a question or two and assuming that they must be in fat burn? Is that how it works in Optavia land?
And make sure that you are seeing the results that you want to see. So that's the gist of choosing your health coach. If you have any questions on that, feel free to leave questions down below. Feel free to reach out to me on email. I highly recommend choosing the right person that's best for you, just because it is going to be a part of your journey long term, but ultimately taking personal responsibility. You are in charge of your journey and your coach is just going to be there if there's anything that you need along the way. So I hope this answers that question. If any other video requests that you have as you're looking into your own Optavia journey, or you're currently on your own Optavia journey, I would love to help. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in my next video.
Oh my God. People are taking this seriously. They are thinking that this information of go on social media and search for Optavia coach, and that is how you are going to find your coach, is legitimate information on finding somebody who is best fit to help you in your health journey. This is out of control. Who is writing this script? I would like to speak to them. Anyway, don't fall for this shit. Please, God, don't fall for this shit. It is toxic. It is not good for your psyche. It is not good for your body. It's all processed bullshit. These individuals are most likely not even qualified to be helping you anyway. Speak to a physician. Your best bet is actually going to a registered dietitian, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, it's time for our palate cleanser. TikTok hates your bullshit.
I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to think and be alive at the same time and trying to feel and talk at the same time.
Same, Theo. Especially, like, I am the most minute YouTube creator in the world, probably, right? In the universe. I'm hardly a creator, right? But the level of pressure I feel sometimes when I say some things that I keep in videos, I'm like, oh, I might get canceled for this. I was terrified that I was going to get canceled for the video that I said was my last video in the title, and it was totally clickbait. Again, apologies. I am a creator and I have to play the game sometimes. And good news, it did work, okay? I welcome new people. Anyway, the pressure I feel as a small, tiny creator, someone at the level of Sabrina Carpenter currently, I can't imagine the pressure of what that must be like. Just don't want to offend anybody because you just never know. You could say one syllable wrong and you are going to be burned at the stake.
Let's burn her!
Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.